Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's Western New York Power Proceeds Allocation Board meeting. And I'd like to welcome all of you on this call this afternoon. My name is Brenda McDuffie, and in the absence of our chair, Anthony Colucci, who has been excused from today's meeting, I will be your acting chair for this meeting. I want to welcome my fellow board members who are present: Dennis Elsenbeck, Paul Brown, and Deanna Brennen. Welcome. Welcome also to our ESDC staff and our NIPA staff. Always a pleasure to be with you as we conduct the business of this board. This is a scheduled board meeting, which has been duly noticed as required by the Open Meetings Law. And I will ask my fellow board members as we go through the agenda, because I can't necessarily read your lips, if you would state your name anytime you speak and or make a motion so that we have it for the record. With that, the proposed agenda for today's meeting is before you. And I'd like to first ask, before the board adopts the agenda, if there are any amendments to the proposed agenda.
None from Dennis Elsenbeck.
Thank you, Dennis, for following the directions.
No,
Any
from
others?
Deanna Brennen.
None from Deanna. How about you, Paul?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even say my name. No, I don't have any. Bummer.
Okay. Okay, then I'd like to ask for a motion to approve our meeting agenda for today.
Dennis to move.
Thank you, Dennis.
Deanna, the second.
Thank you, Deanna. All
I'll
in
vote yes.
favor of accepting the agenda as presented? Say
Aye.
aye, please.
Yes. Aye.
Any opposed? It carries. We are going to go with the agenda. The next important matter is potentially any conflicts of interest. Before we move ahead in the agenda, we did poll the board members prior to the meeting and asked if there were any possible conflicts of interest. And there were none that were noted. And I'm going to ask it again. Are there any members of the board who have any conflicts for the record for this meeting with the projects that we're about to potentially review?
No,
I don't see
Deanna.
any. No Dennis and no Paul.
Right.
Okay, so we can move forward. So the first official act that what I will ask you to now go to is item number 2 on our agenda. And that is the minutes of our April 1st meeting. The April 1st minutes are before you for adoption, and they were mailed out to you in advance of the meeting. And first, I'd like to ask, are there any amendments to the minutes as presented? Hearing and seeing none, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the
Motion.
April 1st meeting.
Brown.
Thank you,
Deanna,
Paul.
second.
It's been seconded by Deanna. All in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? That carries. Thank you so very much. At this point in time, I'm going to ask Angela Rossi, our program manager, to present the fund update and the next item on our agenda. Angela.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. The total deposits to the fund currently stand at $109,580,334, with accrued interest amounting to $3,913,741, which brings the total funds available to $113,494,075. With no administrative expenses have been withdrawn from this amount. Disbursements made to grantees total $37,061,862, resulting in a current fund balance of $76,432,213. Of the total disbursements, award for standard projects account for $43,074,986, while energy-related projects for this program have received $10,437,815 to date, leading to a cumulative total of $53,512,801 in benefits awarded thus far. The allocation board has a remaining $59,981,274 in funds available for future awards. A minimum of 15% of the fund, which equates to $16,437,050, is allocated specifically for energy-related projects. To date, awards made for these projects total $10,437,815, leaving $5,990,235 in fund benefits still available for energy-related initiatives. Today, the board will be presented with a recommendation to consider funding for two projects totaling $1,517,557. There's one standard project totaling $1,323,197, and an energy-related project totaling $194,360. Do you have any questions?
Are there any questions by the members of the board?
No.
I don't see anyone asking any questions or hear you. So this is an item that does not require a vote, and so we can, it is a non-action item, so we can proceed with our agenda. And believe it or not, we're in round 39 of the Economic Development Fund that this body oversees. And with that, I am going to ask that the first project to come before you, Natron, be reviewed by staff. The highlights, please.
Thank you, Chairwoman, board members, and staff in attendance today for giving me this opportunity to present the details of both of these projects to you. Staff recommends that the Power Proceeds Allocation Board approve a fund benefit award of $1,323,197 to Natron, Inc. to establish a global manufacturing headquarters here in Western New York. Founded in 2018, Natron is a startup specializing in solid-state battery technology, which is operational currently in Illinois and in Binghamton, New York. The company focuses on producing lithium solid ionic composite, or LISC, which is an advanced solid-state electrolyte material for rechargeable lithium batteries. To continue operations, Natron is establishing a global manufacturing headquarters here in Cheektowaga, New York, and will be installing state-of-the-art equipment to produce this LISC component for these batteries. If supported by the allocation board, this expansion will help boost production capacity nearly 40 times for the company, enough to power approximately 11,000 electric vehicles. The total cost of the project is $1,323,000, and I think that I made, yes, I am so sorry. Can we make a change? The total project cost, which was presented at the beginning of this, is $9,123,197. Thank you. So the total cost of the project is $9,123,197. If approved, the award will cover 20% of that total project cost. The project will support economic and technological developments for the Western New York region, including creating 19 high-quality jobs, boosting local employment opportunities, and contributing to regional growth, establishing a global manufacturing headquarters representing a capital investment that will enhance local infrastructure, potentially attracting other high-tech industries to the region and lead to further job expansion due to the growing battery industry. It will also help increase Natrion's production 40-fold, supporting the growth of the renewable energy sector and positioning the Western New York region as a technology leader through Natrion's development of this solid-state battery technology. And this also aligns well with the Western New York REDC priorities, which focus on growing the region's tradable sectors and traditional economic development goals of facilitating job creation and business investment here in Western New York.
Thank you, Angela. Are there
No.
any questions about this project by any of the board members?
Yeah,
Dennis?
Brenda, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure the total recommended award is 1323 or is it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's, all right. So we said it was 20%. Yeah, it's 15%.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I unfortunately with engineering, you get egg roll.
So do we up that total then to 1,300, 13?
No, the percentage is incorrect.
I said the incorrect percentage.
Did we up it?
Do you mean you want to award them more? Or?
If we can give them 20%, why don't we give them 20%? It's a good project.
Because that wasn't
That was
the,
their ask. Their ask
Oh, okay.
1,003,000. Yeah.
Well, so
Any other?
if you gave more, they wouldn't want it. No, I think it's a great project.
Yeah. It certainly, we like to see manufacturing increase in the Western New York community.
20%.
And
Yeah,
this will be one other new headquarters here.
Yeah,
And so
that's correct.
if there are no other questions or comments, thank you, Dennis, for that correction. I will ask for a motion to adopt
Dennis,
staff
you move.
recommendation of
Dennis,
1 million.
move.
Dennis
Well,
has
just
moved to
comes out.
$1,323.
He's
Okay,
excited.
We already went.
so Dennis Eisenbeck can move it. We have a second.
Seconded.
We have a second by Paul
Ron
Brown.
seconded.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, that carries unanimously. Thank you so much. Can you take us through the second project, Niagara Aquarium Foundation?
absolutely. Staff recommends that the Power Proceeds Allocation Board approve a fund benefit award of $194,360 to the Niagara Aquarium Foundation, also known as the Aquarium of Niagara, for the purpose of upgrading its boiler system. The Aquarium of Niagara is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to expanding public awareness of aquatic ecosystems through exhibits, educational experiences, and conservation programs. The organization plans to replace its original 1965 boiler system with a high-efficiency HVAC system, which will feature Samsung VRF heat pumps, modern air handling units, on-demand hot water, and advanced controls. The project will also include removing outdated infrastructure, which will reduce energy consumption, thereby improving climate control for the animals and guests and freeing up interior space. The total cost of this project is the total cost of this project is $971,802. If approved, the award will cover 20% of the total project cost. Several aspects of this project support a recommendation of fund benefits, including enhanced year-round comfort to prolong tourist stays, thereby elevating the profile of Niagara Falls as a premier tourist destination, boosting spending at nearby businesses, and strengthening that regional tourism economy that we have here. The project also promotes sustainability by significantly reducing energy consumption and operating costs. As a not-for-profit organization, the aquarium relies on diverse funding sources to sustain operations and invest in long-term improvements. Support from the allocation board is crucial to bridge the funding gap for this essential building infrastructure upgrade. While not directly creating full-time positions, because this is a tourism project, the project helps retain existing jobs by ensuring uninterrupted operations and reducing facility risks. The project also aligns well with the Western New York REDC strategies and priorities that emphasize tourism due to its significant share of the regional local economy. That's
Are there any questions on this particular project for the
Brenda,
Niagara Aquarium? Go ahead, please, Dennis.
yeah, so I've been working, driving Angela a little crazy, going back and forth on these type of projects. The way the description is written up, it's all about the HVAC system, the sustainability, meeting climate, all this HVAC stuff, and that is what utility programs are meant to do. And yet we're having a problem having constituents going to the utility. So Ange and I had a meeting with National Grid. I just wanted to share it that National Grid would look at this at some point when the information is submitted, all right? But the way I heard National Grid say it is that they would pay up to 50% of the cost of the equipment and the install, which almost makes it their contribution would be too small to help this project. If it was a bigger percentage of the project that the utility would pay for, I would say defer it to the utility, but that's not the case here. So I just wanted to share that, I know I go through a lot of this assessment here, but we're asking customers, ratepayers, to pay for all of these programs. And now we're not using them. And I'm worried that we're going to substitute, our fund with standard utility programs. But the point that I want to make here is that the utility program in this case wouldn't be enough to push it forward. Am I correct on that, Ange? Even if it was 50% of, the equipment cost, it still has the demo, the remediation, the hard cost.
correct.
So thanks, Brenda. I just wanted to share that as the logic, because I would not have gone along with it if this was predominantly a utility incentive equalization process. So apologize, but I appreciate you letting me say it.
No, we appreciate your knowledge and your due diligence and taking time to go with staff to make sure that we're utilizing and leveraging other resources so that we have more for distribution to necessary projects in the community. So no need to apologize, Dennis. Thank you for your comments and your due diligence. Any other comments on this? Questions? If there are none, I'd ask for a motion to approve the proceeds
Paul
award.
Brown, motion to approve.
It's been moved by Paul Brown,
Deanna,
Aye.
second.
second by Deanna. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Uh,
Any opposed? It does carry unanimously. The next item is our other business. Is there any other business to be brought before this board today by any members and/or staff? Silence means I don't hear of any. So the next meeting of this board will be Tuesday, August 5th. And so if we have no other business, mark your calendars for our next meeting. I'd ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Dennis, motion.
It's been moved. We have a second.
Paul
All
Brown,
right.
second.
Paul Brown. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
I thank you all so much for your participation today and wish I
Thank
could
you,
be
Brenda.
with you.
Brenda,
And have a very good afternoon and continue to enjoy summer. We'll see you back again in August, if not before.
Hope you feel better, Brenda.
Get some rest.
Thank you
care.
so much.
Thank you.
take care of yourself.